Greetings! Here is the look at this week's key developments in Ukraine's armed forces. A Russian drone struck on a residential building in Ukraine's Sumy region, killed 2 children and 2 adults overnight on Tuesday. Their bodies were later recovered from the rubble. It's one of many similar tragedies that unfolded over the past week as Russia continues its campaign of terror, launching missiles and drones against homes, schools and kindergartens across peaceful Ukrainian towns. Frontline cities also came under fire from rocket system, artillery and air-dropped bombs, leaving entire neighborhood destroyed. And as temperature drop, Russia is once again targeting Ukraine's energy facilities. Ukraine's Commander-in-Chief, General Oleksandr Syrskyi, held a high-level meeting on strengthening the country's defenses against enemy drones. With the growing number of attacks on frontline and border areas, as well as on energy infrastructure, air defenses in those regions will be reinforced, including more drones interceptors teams. Earlier, President Volodymyr Zelensky convened a tech session of the Supreme Commander-in-Chief's staff, bringing together Ukraine's leading defense manufacturers. He outlined plans to ramp up domestic weapons production and to launch control exports of systems Ukraine now produces in surplus. Agreements have already been reached to open 4 export hubs in the United States, Europe, the Middle East and Africa. 6 NATO member states have already contributed more than $2 billion to support Ukraine's defense. According to the President's office, this funding covers 4 defense packages, with deliveries already underway. The program enables Ukraine to purchase American-made weapons with allied funds, including Patriot and HIMARS missiles. Another 6 NATO countries have signaled they intend to join the 5th package soon. This week, Commander-in-Chief Oleksandr Syrskyi visited frontline units, including those on the Dobropillia axis, and held operational briefings with field commanders. He reported that Ukrainian forces have liberated around 175 square kilometers since the counteroffensive began and cleared another 200 of enemy sabotage groups. Russia has suffered heavy losses in both troops and equipment. Ukraine's armed forces have now fully transitioned to a course-based command structure. That's according to Chief of the General Staff, Lieutenant General Andriy Natov, who also confirmed that new assault and cyber forces are being established within the military. And some good news. Ukrainian forces struck the Karachev Electrodetal Plant in Russia's Bryansk region this week. Explosions and fires were reported at the facility, which produces electronic components for military vehicles, aircraft and communication systems. Officials haven't disclosed what weapons was used, but confirmed that 4 long-range projectiles were launched, hitting a target more than 240 kilometers away. Meanwhile, Ukraine's Special Operation Forces destroyed a radar station of Russian S-400 Triumf air defense system in occupied Crimea. Another remarkable moment, an FPV drone from the Sky Predators Battalion of the 59th Assault Brigade shot down a Russian Mi-8 helicopter. Yes, you heard that right, a helicopter downed by a drone. In Denmark, joint wings of defense exercises are now underway. Ukrainian experts in countering attack drones have arrived to train alongside Danish forces, following recent incidents involving unidentified UAVs in Danish airspace. Over the coming week, the teams will carry out joint drills and share practical experience. As Ukraine's General Staff noted, such cooperation is an important step in strengthening interoperability between the Ukrainian and Danish armed forces. And finally, 185 Ukrainian soldiers and 20 civilians have returned home from Russian captivity. According to the coordination headquarters, some were exchanged under agreements in Istanbul, others as part of the 69th official exchange. Those freed include service members from the Navy, Ground Forces, Air Assault, Territorial Defense, National Guard and Border Guard Service. The youngest is 26 years old, the oldest 59. almost all had been held since 2022. That's the key military news of the week. Stay strong, stay safe, and thank you for standing with Ukraine.